Marjorie Taylor Greene, during a recent hearing on the Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives Bureau, the ATF, said a couple things I want to look at about guns, about gun laws, about an AR-15 specifically, and then we'll walk through some facts. We'll start with this and I don't want to use language that is stooping to a low level. She really just does not understand things. She just doesn't understand much about anything, I guess is the way that I would word it. And it's pretty embarrassing. Take a look.
Strict gun laws actually create murder. To carry a gun in Chicago, you need a firearm owner's ID and a concealed carry license, which are difficult to get. Most gun thefts occur in southern states: Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, South Carolina. That's where most criminals steal guns. Why? Because we carry and we own guns, right? Now again, let's go back to who do we blame? We blame the criminals.
What on earth was the point that she was trying to make there? The initial point was this:
strict gun laws actually create murder.
And then she goes on to talk about theft in southern states of guns. Beats me. I'm going to do a quick run through of actual facts contrary to what Marjorie Greene is saying, because no, strict gun laws do not create murder, as she said. But I'm not going to be doing a deep dive right now. We're just going to fly through a reminder of some of these facts, because later in the week I am doing a deep dive into kind of blue versus red state analysis and the outcomes that come of that. And in that, I'll be talking about gun laws and gun violence. And then we have another clip of Marjorie Greene, by the way, to get to. But right now, we'll just a little reminder of these facts. And then, like I said, I'll dive into the specifics more later in the week. This is from CNN. States with weaker gun laws have higher rates of firearm-related homicides and suicides, and that's reporting on an Everytown study. This is reporting on from U.S. News and World Report, a Giffords Law Center's analysis that found stronger gun laws linked to less gun violence. Then we've talked about the reality that, as New York found, the New York State Office of the Attorney General offers an answer that 74% of guns used in crimes between 2010 and 2015 in the state of New York came from states with lax gun laws. 74% of the guns, and you see that's one example, but when you zoom out nationwide, that trend stands, where states with weaker gun laws actually are where individuals committing crimes in large part are getting their guns, even whenever the actual crime is being committed in a nearby state that has stricter gun laws. That's why we need nationwide legislation. And then, of course, you can walk through and look at examples. This is from the Hill of different countries implementing gun laws and the effect. This is from the talking about the National Firearms Agreement in Australia. And you saw after that, the mass shootings they were experiencing plummeted. New Zealand homicide rates plummeted after a nationwide ban on semi-automatic weapons and assault rifles, United Kingdom, etc. You can dive into that, and we'll do more of that later in the week. Now let's get to a second clip from this hearing from Marjorie Greene.
I'm a big fan of the AR-15. The great thing about it is that you get as many bullets as you want. And if somebody's coming in your home to murder you or your children, guess what? You can have as many bullets as you need to defend yourself. And I think that's a big deal.
So how often is it necessary to have so many bullets defending your home as an AR-15 provides at that speed of them being shot? Never, unless you're being invaded by an army. A much lesser weapon, such as some sort of pistol, has plenty of bullets shot plenty fast to defend a home if that's what you're wanting. You don't need an AR-15, again, unless for some reason your home is being invaded by a large group of people. So how often is that happening? Essentially never. How often is the utility of an AR-15 and the ability that it has to shoot bullets so quickly in such a damaging way, how often does that lead to and is the cause of mass death and devastating events? Much more often than that hypothetical Marjorie Greene is playing out of her home being invaded in Georgia by an army of random people trying to steal her stuff, I guess. And so there, she's defending the presence of weapons of war on the streets with civilians that ends up killing our children and so many people, and causing people to just be much more afraid existing within their community. That's all okay because she has this hypothetical where she's Rambo and takes down 30 people as they're trying to invade her home. It's pretty sick when you think about it. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show hours before all the clips are able to be uploaded to the YouTube channel, plus get the bonus show on the weekends, you can do so by going to lukebeasleyshow.com/membership. That's lukebeasleyshow.com/membership, and there's a link in the description.